Hi guys, we are kind of celebrating over 8,000 subscribers to my channel. I was honestly surprised that we've went so far, because I've never meant this channel to be something that big. It was just an idea to explain and to describe some of the devices that I'm buying for myself. So we're celebrating, and we will be celebrating with the review of the Convergent Audio Technology SL-1 clone preamplifier that I got off AliExpress last year during sales, during winter sales. I've paid for that $425, and that was including shipping. It was delivered by parcel service, but I think it was delivered by UPS. Anyway, I got it because of excellent internal build that I saw on the photos. This is a reworked do-it-yourself clone based on Convergent Audio Technology SL-1 tube preamplifier. The original was released something like 25 years ago, the first version, and it's still being produced. So you can get, I think, 3 versions of the original one, and I think the cheapest one is something like 10,000 euros at the moment. And that will not get you a remote. I was surprised to learn that for 10,000 euros you can get a CAT SL-1, but without a remote. Guess what? This one has a remote. So, this particular clone doesn't feature phono stage, as the original CAT SL-1 does. It's just a pure preamplifier. As for specifications, there is nothing in the manufacturer or seller offer, so I won't be giving you any kind of specification. But we can get to the build quality, external, internal, and we'll get to that right after the tour of the outside. Okay, the first thing is that yes, we do have a remote, and actually yes, it's made of plastic, but it's better than remotes that I got from many SMSL units. And for example, here we have Gastart X263 digital to analog converter remote. So I would say that these are on a similar level. Maybe this one is slightly better. So it is, and it works. Now, many of you have asked me, maybe not many, but few of you have asked me to show how the volume controls are working, how the power switching works on amplifiers and preamplifiers. So to start, let's turn it off. And you've heard the power of sequence, meaning the relays and the switching of the relays. Now let's power that on and take a look at the display here. It's counting down, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's definitely too fast for tube pre-warm, preheating, and yes, the sound comes up a little bit later. Now, you may recognize this chassis, as it's basically the same, although slightly larger, as the model used in both JC2 and Carry preamplifier clones. So the volume control is done via relay ladder. So if I'll be changing the volume, you'll hear the relays clicking. And it's working like that. And you'll be able to see the display dim a little after a few seconds, something like that. Yes, never mind the plate here. The plate is because the chassis is a general purpose one, and they are slapping these stickers on each one of them. This is a self-adhesive sticker, so you can use rubbing alcohol and remove it completely. Now we can also mute the output. We can change the input like that, and we can change the volume. If we want to, and we want to, we can power this preamplifier down by holding this button here. Yeah, so let's switch it off in the back. Let's disconnect the power cable and let's do the tour of the sides and of the back. Nothing interesting on the sides. On the back we have a set of 4 inputs, FCA inputs that are using fake CMC FCA connectors, but they look good. And we have 1 set of outputs. On that side we have power socket with integrated fuse compartment, and we have mains rocker. We can power off and power on the device. As you can see, I got the European 230 volts version. Okay, let's take a look inside. The first thing that I'm already used to at this stage is the quality of the chassis. You should be able to see that the top lid is something like almost 4 millimeters thick. And the same goes for the rest of the chassis. It's very solid, it's very sturdy, like that. Inside we will find a couple of things. The first one, let's move that a little. The first one that actually got my attention and was the reason for me buying this preamplifier is the preamp board. Maybe sure, yes, maybe let's rotate that one. Yep, and let's take a look at it like that. Okay, so the board is marked with Convergent, with a typo here, Convergent Audio Technology SL-1 by ZIL Audio or something like that. And the tracks are gold plated. We have 4 tubes here, and we have power section over here, and we have separate power section for controlling the relays and the display. So basically they will not interfere with the main audio path and main preamplifier board. Okay, let's zoom out a little. No, not this way. Okay, so you've seen that in my reviews for JC2 and carry preamplifiers. This is the relay board that's controlling the resistor ladder. We have 128 volume steps, and the volume control is linear. It's not logarithmic, so it may be unusual to you because the volume change will not be progressing in a way that you would probably expect. But that's not a problem. You just need to rotate the volume control or use the remote for a little longer to significantly change the volume level. Okay, internally this preamplifier uses one ACC88 tube, one ACC82 tube, and 2 ACC83 tubes. The stock setup are PS Vane base series for ACC83. For ACC82 we have also PS Vane ACC82. Now let's rotate that one. And for the ACC88 we have Chinese tube. What got my attention when I was looking at the photos of the internal build for that preamplifier were large MKP capacitors, these two, and the smaller ones too, and also these ones too, I think. Yeah, these ones. The electrolytic capacitors are made by, let's take a look. The ones here are LNAS, the ones here are Aishi, and these 3 are Nippon Chemical. So basically, all in all, good quality capacitors. Now, if you take a look at the resistors, the blue ones, you'll see that these are Dale resistors, also quite nice quality. We have a relay here, relay with golden marking, and that's basically it. I will do a slow flyby for the board at the end of the video. What else? Transformer powering the board is here. The power loom is at the back here, and the controls for the relays are made using these flat tapes, and these flat tapes are leading to additional PCB that's controlling the display and switches and volume control. And that's it for the build. The interesting thing here is that the offer description says that you can order this preamplifier in 2 versions by contacting the seller, and the 2 versions will be differing by the resistor ladder. The first one can be ordered with 50 kilo ohms resistor ladder, and the second version would be 100 kilo ohms if you prefer something like that. Okay, now we finished with the build, so I will leave it open like that, and I'll change the zoom so you may take a look at the board here, and I will tell you how does this preamplifier sound, because that's the most important thing in this device. The bass is very powerful, it's rich and organic, it's focused mostly on the mid bass, not the sub bass but the mid bass, and that's probably making it organic. Lower notes are there too, but they will not draw your attention. The amplifier, this preamplifier, is definitely on the warm side of things, but it's not muddy. It does have a lot of mid bass, but it's not muddy. What it lacks in bass is precision. It comes with the drive with quantity, but it doesn't have the precision and detail in the bass. Moving on to the mid-range, we have nicely detailed vocals. You can hear that in Hotel California, voice of the lead singer is at the same time rough and musical. Rough meaning it's a kind of throaty. You can hear all the detail, but at the same time, the vocal being raw doesn't mean that he's not singing in a musical way. It's a nice touch, because this is one of the few preamplifiers that was able to convey these 2 qualities at the same time for me. Okay, no sibilance whatsoever, no listening fatigue whatsoever. Definitely you can feel, you can hear this nice tubey warmth. So, good. Now, moving on to treble. Treble is clear, but it loses some air and transparency, probably due to the capacitors here. I wasn't saying a brand when I was talking about them, because as you can see, there is nothing to talk about. And this is, by the way, one of the first things to mod in this preamplifier, to replace them with something better. So anyway, I think that this small lack of transparency is caused by the capacitors here. Again, it's not like it's muddy or something, but I would love to hear some more transparency. It would sound better with lower noise floor, but we will get to that. And the extension. You want the treble extension. You won't be missing anything there. There is a quite nice and high treble extension. Now, let's move to the detail. Some of the detail is masked by high noise floor. The small things, the small nuances sometimes can be masked by the quite high noise floor. So I wouldn't call this preamplifier a king of detail. You don't know you're missing some stuff until you will start to look for it. So it's not as bad as it sounds. When I was comparing this to other devices, when I was comparing this to my source with power amplifier alone, I was able to spot the difference. But if you're not looking for the things that you know should be there, you won't be missing anything obvious. And again, as I said earlier, probably some of the small details are lost due to these capacitors here and here. Okay, scene imaging, and that's a strong point here. Excellent imaging with precise center image. The sound scene is very wide and is very deep. The layering of the instruments is very precise, and that's the quality that the original CAT SL-1 was known for. So excellent imaging, excellent layering, excellent separation between instruments, and excellent positioning of all of the instruments and singers on the stage. And it's here. Now, some loose thoughts and summary. The first thing, this preamplifier has quite high noise floor, meaning that you'll hear that all the time. At least I can hear that all the time, unless the music is playing a little bit louder. The other thing is that I am hearing 50 Hz noise, and it's not like a traditional bass hum, but I can still hear it's 50 Hz. It's, I would say, low volume, but it's very characteristic. And I suppose this one is coming either from this transformer or some problem with shielding here. I have no idea. I will try to experiment with that, but this is something that I need to tell you, because this is something that you will hear. And I have no idea if this is a problem with my unit or all of them will have something like that. Okay, now moving on to the summary for the music qualities, for the sound qualities. It's warm and musical. It's losing some points in detail section, but it scores very well when it comes to imaging. I would say it's intriguing, and it has very good modding potential, meaning that there is a quite high chance that it can be fixed by replacing those, by getting better tubes, which is also a very nice and very easy to do, but also with replacing this transformer. As you can see, there is quite a lot of room around here, so it's not a problem to get something better, to get some kind of toroidal transformer, or maybe try to get and fix some kind of metal plate that would be working as a shield between power section and preamplifier section. It's nothing very hard to do. Okay, so I suppose that with these changes, this preamplifier could sound significantly better. What's interesting here is that after my listening sessions, I've done some reading, and apparently some original Convergent Audio Technology SL-1 versions were known for the quite high noise floor, and they were basically known for their sound imaging qualities. But it seems like the noise floor problem is not something coming from this clone, but rather it's inherent to the construction, to the design. Okay, so this preamplifier will stay with me, and I will try to fix it, because it will be quite easy and it should be quite cheap. These are 10 microfarads capacitors, and the small ones here are 1 microfarads. I don't know, I'm not sure if I have 10 microfarads Jansens in my drawer, but I'm pretty sure I have some nice Jansen 1 microfarad caps. The red ones, these are not the superior ones. I don't remember the name. So anyway, I'll try to fix that preamplifier by replacing these capacitors, maybe these blue ones too, and I will try the first thing I will try for the power section is to fix a metal plate here. It shouldn't be a problem because it will be easy to fix it with the chassis in places like that, and we will see if it will fix the 50 Hz problem. It's not exactly something that you would hear coming from the transformer. The transformer here is dead silent. That's something that I will hear in the line output here. Okay, so this one stays with me. I'll try to fix that. Why? Because of excellent imaging and very good vocals. So there is hope for that one. Getting close to the finish of the review. All the necessary links are in the video description. The links for the store, the description of my audio setup that I was using during my listening sessions. It all can be found in the description of the video. If this video helped you in any way to decide if you should buy that preamplifier or not, you're more than welcome to support my channel by buying me a beer via Super Thanks on YouTube. That's also under the video, the Super Thanks button. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Again, we're celebrating 8,000 subscribers. Amazing. So I hope you guys will have a wonderful day ahead of you. And now let's do this flyby. If you notice anything interesting, anything that I could have missed here, let's like that, give me a shout in the comments and we'll talk about that, and I'll update the video description if there will be anything interesting or significant. By the way, I'm trying to catch up with the reviews for the equipment, for the stuff that I've done first look videos previously, and there's a lot of that. So we came to this preamplifier, and giving you some kind of spoiler alert. Can you recognize this guy? This guy also had its own first look video. Okay, so again, thank you for watching that, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day ahead of you. Bye guys.